Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. We'll start with roll call. Bob?
Present.
Mark? Here. Dave? Here. Mel?
Here.
Laverne? Here. Nancy? Here. Margaret? Here. And myself, Dale. Are there any members, I guess Tom's away today, right? Any members with conflict of interest on any applications today?
Conflict of interest.
Turn your mic on.
I don't have a conflict of interest, but there's one thing that was tabled on the 13th of July. And just a minute, I find it here. 1388. I got to be getting close, right here. 1388 Upper Wellington Street. It was tabled before when I was absent, so I don't think I should sit on that today.
Is it a new application today? No,
No, it wasn't amended, so
okay.
So Laverne will just be abstaining from voting for that file.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Margaret?
On a similar vein, the first one that's up now, it's come back once before. The original one on October 5th, I was absent for. So do I just abstain?
If you want to abstain from voting, you can, yeah, as well.
Okay.
All right, so we're all
Start with first.
okay. Sorry, we're all set for the first file. So we're hearing FLB 2001 and FLA 2004 for 177 Highway 8 in Flamborough. We have the agents registered to speak and no interested parties. The agents have requested to speak first.
Welcome.
Good morning, committee. For the record, Ryan Ferrari. I'm the agent on this application. So committee members, we've tabled this application twice now. The reason why we've tabled is because we're still in talks with our neighbors next door regarding something we can work out regarding access to the property. Unfortunately, I'm coming to the committee to say we do need more time. So tail between my legs, I'm asking the committee to table this application again so we can continue talks with our neighbors and hopefully come up with something that's amenable to both and move this application forward. So respectfully, I'd ask that the committee table this application for now. And if there are any questions, I'm certainly happy to answer them. So thank you.
Nancy?
I'll make a motion to table, but with no particular date in mind, so you have the time you need this time.
So I have spoken with my client. We do want to get this wrapped up for sure. So I'd respectfully ask that we come back at the next meeting. And I'm going to make it very clear that we want something done for that meeting, for sure. That's certainly both our client and the neighbors' expectations as well.
Mark?
Okay, so if you have to table it at that one, then it will be sine and die, and we can discuss costs.
Okay.
I'm in the committee's hands.
Yeah, so Nancy, what's your motion then?
I will revise the motion to say that it will be tabled until the
Turn your mic on.
and the 16th. Tabled until the 16th of November hearing.
Okay.
Okay, at the start.
9:05.
9:05, not 9:10, 9:05?
Sure.
Okay, motion made by Nancy, seconded by Mark. All in favor? Opposed?
Thank you, everyone.
Seeing none, motion carried, application tabled.
I know you're losing 5 extra minutes to talk.
All right, we're all set for the next file. We're hearing HMA 23268 for 48 Parkside Drive in Hamilton. We have the agent registered to speak and no interested parties.
Okay, for the record, is the agent available?
Good morning, committee. Charles McPhail, agent.
Did you have a chance to read the comments that were posted?
I have, yes.
And do you have any questions?
I have no questions, but I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Okay, it's committee. Laverne?
I have no questions. Move it, please.
Okay, seconder. Margaret, all in favor? Opposed? Seeing none? Application approved.
All right, thank you very much. Have a nice day.
And I'll turn around.
We're all set for the next file. We're hearing HMA 23254 for 1 Jarvis Street in Hamilton. We have several agents registered to speak and no interested parties.
Good morning, committee members. For the record, Ryan Ferrari. I'm a registered professional planner with AJ Clark & Associates. We have a big contingent here today. I have Franz Kleiphofer, who's also a principal at AJ Clark & Associates. I have our client, Ryan Miller, with Emblem Developments. And we also have Doug Hall, who's a principal at BA Consulting, who wrote the parking report here today as well.
Okay. And just for the record, you had a chance to read the comments that were posted?
Certainly have, Mr. Chair. And what we'd like to do, I think to be clear, we want a decision made today by the committee. But first, we'll make a number of submissions to you, and certainly we're all here to answer questions as they come up. All right?
Okay.
So maybe first and foremost, before I get into the actual application, just a couple housekeeping items for the committee, because the variances that we are asking for are going to be a little bit different than what was posted on the notice. So Jamila, I had sent you a list of variances, how I want them revised, but essentially what I would be asking the committee to do today is to amend the application to squish variances 1 and 2 together. And I'll read that out maybe in a second. And also the last variance, number 6, to read instead of 17% to permit 18% to be compact. Yes, I know. Details, but important details. So I'll be asking the committee at the appropriate time to amend the variances accordingly. Jamila has the exact wording. It doesn't change the effect of the application either way. Okay. With housekeeping out of the way, committee members, this is a development that is currently under construction. It's built. It's known as 1 Jarvis. It's located at King William and Jarvis Street in downtown Hamilton. The building is built. So we went through a site plan approvals process. We had a zoning review done. We went through the building permit process. The building permit was issued. The building goes up. So effectively, committee, what we are asking you today is to approve a number of parking variances, okay? Within this development, there is a 3-story parking garage. It has 156 parking spaces in it. What the variances are for is to recognize a deficiency in just the length of 18 of those parking spaces. That's what we're asking the committee to do. And we're also asking the committee to allow us to have more what we would call compact parking spaces. That's the effect of the application. So how did this all come about? The parking report that was given to the committee contains a number of photos, and I'll ask Jamila to pull it up in just a second, but effectively what was found is as the parking garage was being constructed, there was a pipe. The pipe was located along a wall, and the pipe impacted a number of parking spaces. So as a result, they became deficient in length, these 18 parking spaces. And so maybe now, Jamila, I can show you, or if you want to pull up that presentation that I sent. This is all in the
Just
parking.
for the record, this was also in the comments package as well.
Yes,
right?
yes, and it was in the comments package, but just for convenience sake here. So committee members, what you're seeing here are some of the deficient parking spaces. So on the left there, that shows the length of the deficient parking spaces. And on the right is a picture of them. And I don't know, Jamila, if you can zoom in, but the pipe that we're talking about, sorry, onto the picture of the actual underground. Because I just want to show the committee exactly what we're looking at here. So obviously this is a construction site, the spaces aren't painted in. But what I want the committee to notice is see on the back of that wall, there's these pipes that stick out. So that is the reason for the deficiency. So I think what's important for the committee to consider in making their decision today is that on the floor, on the ground, the length of the spaces actually meets. The problem is because the pipe on the roof encroaches a little bit, we can't count that in the parking space. So actually, Jamila, maybe you can just scroll through just so the committee understands. It's the same sort of condition, but effectively it just affects the length of multiple parking spaces, not the width, okay? And this pipe is on the wall, it's not on the ground, right? Obviously this space is all gonna be all cleared of any debris once construction's done. But that is what we're looking at here. There's that black pipe there. Again, there's another pipe on the wall. Okay, so what Doug did in his report is we wanted to show these deficient spaces, what types of vehicles, what real vehicles would actually fit in these spaces, okay? So the way I want the committee to read this is just left to right. So on the top there, some of the deficient spaces are 5.6 meters in length, right? So just to give the committee an idea of the type of car, so we have an Audi R8. On the right, we have a Nissan Armada. That can fit in that space, okay? The one on the bottom, 5.25. A number of the spaces in length are 5.25. That can fit like a Honda Accord or a Toyota Highlander. Those spaces fit, and our parking study shows that. One more page, Jamila. Again, Mercedes C300, Subaru Forester in another space, Honda Civic in another space. We have one lucky condo purchaser is going to get a space that is basically fit for a Mini Cooper, okay? That only affects one of the spaces though. So that's what we're asking the committee to approve, the length of these spaces. Now, this is going to be a condominium. When the purchasers go to purchase these spaces, they will be notified in no uncertain terms that you are buying a deficient space. And we're going to let them know that through the condominium disclosure. So again, committee, I think to some, those are my submissions to you. The length deficiency we're asking you to approve today only applies to a few of the spaces. The spaces work on the ground. We've shown certain the types of cars that can fit in these spaces. It only affects a certain amount of the spaces of the 156 parking spaces in this whole parking garage, so it impacts very few. And we feel that we can mitigate the length deficiency with the disclosure in our purchase agreement. So I think with that, those are going to be my submissions, committee. Maybe at this time, I'll let either Franz or Ryan or Doug, if they want to add anything, speak. But certainly, if there are any questions about what we're proposing in front of the committee today, please go ahead and ask. We're all here to answer your questions, make as comfortable as possible with your decision. So with that, committee members, I'm going to stop. Thank you so much.
Ryan, one question. Is it a three-level garage?
So it's ground, first floor, second floor.
Okay.
3 levels.
So the deficiency in parking spots are at each level?
Yeah, or maybe I'll let Doug answer that.
Maybe just to clarify, that the deficiency in the parking spaces that I think are under discussion are at the ground level and at the basement level. So the 3 levels are basement, ground, and one above.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the only thing that I would add to Ryan's fine presentation is that when you do look at the location of those pipes, the reason that we're running into the deficiency is the height on those pipes off of grade. It is still possible for most of these spaces for a car to nose under those pipes. So that's something to bear in mind, that many of these applications are technical in nature because they will still function in effectively the same way. So that's the only thing I'd add to that. Ryan, I'd also ask that maybe you confirm, I believe these places are already sold. Is that the case?
Yeah, that is correct. This project actually is very nearing completion. We're working towards occupancy, registration. We're well through the draft plan approval process. I think the only other thing I would note is this is a pipe that carries stormwater, and so this is not something we can move. And if we move it within the garage, it'll impact drive aisles, things like that. So in this space, you know, as has been pointed out by my colleagues, on plan it's short in length. In reality, and we've shown through the reporting that several of the cars can fit there if that were the case, but as Franz mentioned, nosing under, it wouldn't be. And as we're nearing occupancy and registration, as my colleague pointed out, these spaces are all sold to purchasers, and through disclosure, they'll be well aware, it'll all be papered on the disclosure and in their APS. And there's
Okay,
been no
Mark?
pushback on that.
Just quickly, you answered my really only concern on this was if it was gas or something that's explodable, I'd be a bit more concerned. But if there's an accident, you have a water issue, not an explosion. So thank you.
Yes, so not gas, and it actually only has water in it when it rains.
David?
Yeah, I view this as the same as like a residential property with a garage and somebody puts a staircase in off the side there. That's how the measurements are taken from other objects in their way, and I really don't have a problem with this application. At the time, I'll move for approval.
Is that a motion, David?
It is.
Okay, first I'll take, are there any more questions or?
You don't need.
Okay, Laverne?
Second it.
I guess I don't really need to say what I was going to say, but I will second the motion.
Okay.
I think my research on this is far more extensive than what you've done.
Measured everything.
I went to dealerships and I measured cars, and if there's a question on the length of a vehicle, all you have to do is go on your cell phone and it'll give it to you in millimeters. And there's a formula you can use to determine the length of a car. My car is a Camry, and it would even fit into the 5.25. So I don't have a problem with it, and that's the reason I'm seconding it, and I don't know why the city denied it.
David?
Did you really go to dealerships?
Yes, I did this
Until they
morning.
called the police because they were worried about what you were doing?
David, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to know if the price of these car spaces go up because you 04 all came here today. That's all.
Okay.
As amended.
Okay, Jamila?
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to clarify, David, was that as amended, as requested by the agent?
Yes,
So variance,
it's 18%, and I don't know how you squish 1 and 2, but I'm
So,
sure you'll
yeah,
squish it.
references, variance 1 references up to space 49, and then variance 2 reference 50 by itself. So we'll just up to 50.
Up to 50, yeah. Put it into 2.
And then what was variance 6 will be amended to
To 18%.
18%.
Okay. I did something similar last night as well. My wife drives a RAV4, so I went out in the garage and I said, here, you hold the tape at the front of the car. And it was just under 15 feet, so anyway.
I'm so happy to see that I'm not the only parking nerd in the room. So that's really encouraging.
Parking spot, and it's 4.6. What happens if the guy's got a motorcycle?
Better.
It's got extra space.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm going to take David's motion, and Laverne, you seconded it, so all in favor? Opposed, if any?
Seeing none?
Motion carried, application approved.
Thank you, committee members.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're all set for the next file. We're hearing HMA 23267 for 2 Caprice Court in Hamilton. We have the agent registered to speak and no other.
Which one?
Did I miss a file? Oh, I did. I missed a whole bunch of files. Okay, sorry, I skipped a page. So we are not hearing 2 Caprice. We are hearing HMA 23257 for 248 and 250 Houston Street North. We have the agent registered to speak and no interested parties.
Okay, is the agent available?
Yes, I'm here on camera.
Yes. Did you have a chance to read the comments that were posted?
I have, yes, thank you.
And do you have any questions?
No questions at this time, thank you.
Okay, committee?
Move
Mark?
it.
Moved by Mark, seconded by Margaret? Nancy? Okay. All in favor? Opposed? Seeing none, motion carried, application approved.
Thank you.
All right, and for the record, HMA 23260 for 325 Barton Street East was tabled and will be heard at a later date. All right, we're now all set for the next files. We're hearing HMB 2366 and HMA 23267 for 2 Caprice Court in Hamilton. We have the owner registered to speak and no interested parties.
Okay, for the record, is the owner available?
Okay, so if you're speaking, please make sure your microphone is turned on.
Yep. Did you have a chance to read the comments that were posted?
Yes. And I provided the answers by email to the comments.
And did you want to table the application today? The recommendation from planning is denial. I didn't know whether you wanted to go through with the application or whether you wanted to table it and maybe talk with planning over their decisions.
I'm not sure about the process, like if you, what the reason of denial?
So the recommendation from planning, they don't support the variance. And sometimes we can table it if you wish, and you can talk with planning and see if you can make some changes so that there would be favorable comments from planning, and it can be heard at a later date.
Yeah, please.
Is that your wishes?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a motion for table?
I'll move it.
Nancy? Oh, sorry. Oh, Mel? Okay, Mel then, Nancy? All in favor of table? Opposed, if any?
Seeing none,
None. Motion tabled.
application tabled.
Application tabled. If you have any further questions, you can maybe contact Jamila after the meeting today. Is that okay, Jamila?
Yeah, you can send an email to cofa@hamilton.ca and we'll be able to answer any questions that you have.
Okay, I will do that. So I will receive email, when will the tabling happen? And
No, so the file is tabled, so it's not being heard today. So the direction from committee was that you speak with planning staff. And so once you've spoken with planning staff and you're ready to come back to the committee, then you would send an email to cofa@hamilton.ca and request to be put on another file, or another hearing date, sorry. If you wanted to amend it, you would need to submit your amended information. If you didn't want to amend your application, you just wanted it to be heard by the committee, then you would just say that you wanted it to be heard by the committee
okay,
again.
yeah,
Okay?
that's it? Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, we are all set for the next file. We're hearing HMA 23255 for 1021 West 5th Street in Hamilton. We have a representative for the owner registered to speak and no interested parties.
Okay, is the agent available?
I don't think the microphone is working. Yeah. Looks like she's working on. Oh, she's got it.
I'm sorry, I had technical difficulties getting on. Are we on 1021 West 5th at this time?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
I had some technical difficulties joining the meeting. Are we on 1021 West 5th?
Yes, we are.
Okay, that would be me. Sorry.
Okay, did you have a chance to read the comments that were posted?
I did, thank you. I don't have any questions about the report. I'm here to ask for the committee's approval of the variances as written, but I do have one point of clarification to make regarding the subject lands map contained in the report. Prior to site plan approval, the properties were municipally known as 73 through to 89 Stone Church Road West and 1029 West 5th Street. Since the site plan approval, they've been consolidated into one parcel, which is known as 1021 West 5th. The subject lands map only illustrates 89 Stone Church Road West. So I just would want to clarify that the boundaries of the hatched lands in that map should reflect all of the parcels that have since been merged.
Sorry, you're referring to the map that was circulated with the notice or the map that was circulated with the comments package?
With the comments package.
Okay, the map for the comments package just forms information and does not form part of the decision.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, does the committee have any questions? Mark?
Move to approve.
Moved by Mark, seconded by Margaret. All in favor? Opposed?
Seeing none?
Motion carried, application approved.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, we're all set for the next file. So we're hearing HMA 23157 for 1388 Upper Wellington Street in Hamilton. We have the agent registered to speak and no interested parties. You could come forward to the table and make sure you're, no, just, yep, right there, and then make sure your microphone is turned on when you're speaking.
Okay, for the record, is the agent available?
Please turn on your microphone.
Yep.
Yeah, my name is Raif Fawaz. I'm representing the owner of the property, Jason Singh.
Okay. Did you have a chance to read the comments that were posted?
We did, but I'm asking if we can, excuse me, to table the matter for another period of time because we just got a call from one of the neighbor.
Okay.
Motion to table?
Motion made by Mark, seconded by Nancy. All in favor? Opposed? Seeing
Seeing
none,
none.
motion carried, application tabled.
Thank you.
Technology is the same. We haven't used
All right, we're all set for the next file. We're hearing DNA 23252 for 3 Crawford Court in Dundas. We have the agent registered to speak and no interested parties.
Is the agent available?
Yes, Jenny Bogner here.
Yes. Did you have a chance to read the comments that were posted?
Yes, we did, and happy with all the support from staff and conservation.
Okay. Were there any citizens? No. Okay. Committee? Nancy?
Motion to approve as written.
Moved by Nancy, seconded by Mark. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried, application approved.
Thank you.
All right, we're all set for the next file. We're hearing FLA 23262 for 1142 concession for Weston Flamborough. We have the owners registered to speak and no interested parties. The
Okay.
owners could make sure that your microphones are turned on when you're speaking.
Okay, for the record, is the owners available?
We are?
Yeah. Did you have a chance to read the comments that were posted?
Yes.
And do you have any questions?
Don't think so?
We just hope that it can be approved by the committee.
Committee.
Motion to approve?
Motion to approve by Mark, seconded by Nancy. All in favor? Opposed? Seeing none, motion carried, application approved.
Thank you.
What's the next step?
Go out for breakfast.
Thank you.
All right, we're all set for the next file. We're hearing HMB 2367 for 211 Sanatorium Road in Hamilton. We have the representative for the owner registered to speak and several interested parties.
Okay, is the representative for the owner available?
Both owner and representative?
I believe it's owned by a numbered company.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So we said?
Yep.
Yeah, and then just make sure your microphone is turned on when you're speaking.
Did you have a chance to read the comments that were posted?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Did you get their names?
Did you?
Yes, I believe it's Eric and
Walt
and
Jennings.
Walt.
Okay.
Do you want their full names?
I don't know, just it's
Okay.
a number company, so I don't want to say Mr. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh, sorry, I have on mine, I've got their, the names.
Okay, did you have any questions with your application?
I'd just like to bring up comment number 5 and see if we could review the requirement for that comment.
Sorry, comment or proposed
Condition number
condition?
5, sorry, condition number 5.
So it would be that the owner submit survey evidence that the lands to be severed and the lands to be retained shall conform with the zoning bylaw?
Correct. Nothing will be, so we have to submit the reference plan. That reference plan will indicate all that will be left on this property. There will be nothing left on this property. The city's already indicated that it will meet the zoning in comments in this report. So I don't see why we need to have an additional comment. There's going to be no zoning, no setbacks, no landscape items to review. So I believe that this comment should be able to be removed.
Committee, what do you think? Or planning?
My understanding would be is once you've submitted the survey that shows everything's fine, you just need an email or a letter saying that everything's
Well,
satisfied.
it's an actual, it's a fee for that goes with that. And it's just another thing to chase down to say, yes, this has been approved here, committee, pass this along, right? So they've already, in comments on this, they already indicate that it meets the zoning, that the severed lots will meet the zoning. So there's nothing to review there, right? So why have that comment? Everything, you know, when we go for building permit, with the design, we're going to have to meet zoning at that time. That's the appropriate time to do a zoning review on it.
Okay, I'll make a motion for approval.
No, sorry, we've got interested parties who
Oh,
haven't
sorry,
provided comments.
sorry.
Okay, does committee have any questions for the agent right now? If not, we'll listen to the interested parties.
Okay, if the agents could please move to the side and we'll call up the interested parties as they're registered. So we'll hear from Vimal Sharma first. So Vimal Sharma, if you're here, please make yourself known. You need to turn on your microphone. Okay, we'll move on to the next person. So we have Pat Lasai.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Is this on? Okay. I've got two concerns. First of all, that area is a single-family residential designation as far as the zoning is concerned. The letter that I received suggests that they want to sever the lot and put a multiple unit dwelling on it. First of all, I don't know whether that means an apartment building, whether that means row houses, whether that means townhouses. There's nothing that anyone in the area has been made aware of. So I'd like to get more information before any of this thing goes through, save the person.
Yeah, the applicant will explain after you're finished what they're proposing.
Well, wouldn't that explanation, shouldn't that be given to all the residents in the area that are affected by this move before anything is done?
Well, they're all sent the application, and this appears to me to be two single-family houses, regular single-family houses, not a multifamily based on the application. That's just the way you read it, but that's what it says.
Okay, so the proposal, as I am understanding now from what you're saying, is going to be just to sever the lot and put two single residential properties.
Yep, but they'll confirm that.
Yeah, I don't believe there was any mention of the actual nature of the residential development.
Yeah, those are just existing lot, intended to create two new two-story dwellings.
Well, I should have brought the letter that I got because mine said multiple units. Multiple units is what the letter that I received
Not
from
that
the
we
city.
have here, not on the official application.
Yeah, well, this
Okay.
is the
That's
letter that I
definitely a
received
concern.
from the city to tell me that this was happening on this property, okay?
And we'll let the agents, answer that question. Do you have any other concerns?
No, that's the only concerns I had.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll hear from Anna Romeo.
Actually, the concern has been addressed. We'll find out from the owner what his intentions are. The other thing I wanted to bring up is the sign that was posted on the property itself was very small. Couldn't even read it from the sidewalk and had to go onto the property in order to read it. So I don't know why that was done like that.
That's the way it's allowed to be posted.
I've
It has to be
seen
accessible.
numerous other places where their signs are really, really big.
Those are for zoning bylaw amendments or official plan amendments, not for minor variances or consents.
Thanks.
Yeah, the sign comes from the city, so that's the way they are, unfortunately.
Okay.
Is there anyone else?
No, that was all the interested.
Okay.
Oh, I'll call for Vimal Sharma again. If you do not make yourself known, you will not be given the opportunity to speak again. So Vimal Sharma has registered to speak. This is the third time we are calling you. If you do not unmute yourself and speak, you will not be called upon again.
Okay, back to the agents, if you want to come up to the table again. So I think just clarify what your proposal is for the severance of the two lots.
One detached two-story home on each lot, two single detached two-story houses.
Okay. Committee questions? Mark?
I'll make a motion to approve eliminating condition number 5.
Okay. Seconder? Nancy? All in favor? Opposed?
Seeing none?
Motion carried, application approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So folks.
Okay, just that you know what happened downtown. They put in an application for that 5-story apartment building.
We're on break now?
For 15 stories.
All right, and we have a break scheduled now, so our next item will be at 10:25. And then we'll be in recess until then. So it is 10:25. Did you want to do roll call again, or did you want to just proceed? So I believe David isn't here, and Bob, are you there just with your camera off, or are you not there right now?
I'm here.
Okay,
Okay, and Mel's there?
and Mel is there, yes.
Okay, well, we'll just take
Just
note
mark
when
David?
Dave comes back in.
Great. So we are all set for the next file. So we are hearing FLB 2364 for 306 and 308 Parkside Drive in Flamborough. We have the agents registered to speak and no interested parties.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, there's a second file. I apologize. We are also hearing FLA 23264 for 306 and 308 Parkside Drive.
Okay. But there are no concerned citizens. Okay, so is the agent available?
I am, yes.
Did you have a chance to read the comments that were posted?
We did, yes, and we're supportive of staff's recommendations.
Okay.
Here to answer any questions of the committee. Otherwise, I think we're good.
Move it.
Committee have any questions? Margaret?
Yes, just for my information, are these going to be rentals or are they going to be condos?
Yeah, they are going to be rental. It's 44 rental units, 30% of which would be proposed at below market rents.
Okay, and is it going to be run by the church or a third party?
It will be run by Kindred Works, who are, I guess, the representative of the church in this case, and a number of sites across Ontario.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, any other questions?
Bob made a motion for approval.
Bob moved for approval, seconder. You want to fight over it? Mark? All in favor? Any opposed?
Seeing none?
Motion carried, application approved.
Thank you.
All right, we're all set for the next files. We're hearing SCB 2365 and SCA 266 for 7 Trillium Avenue in Stony Creek. We have the applicants registered to speak, and I believe Conservation Authority is registered as an interested party if we want to hear.
Okay, is the applicant available?
So if you can come forward to the table and then make sure your microphone is turned on when you're speaking.
Good morning.
Just turn your mic on. It'll light up red. Yep, that's good. Yes, did you have a chance to read the comments that were posted?
Yes, yes, good morning. Yes, we did.
Okay. They are recommending possible tabling. Did you wish to table it and maybe have discussion with planning?
Question I have, if possible, if I may. First, I just want to say thank you to all the planning departments. They've been very accommodating, patient with us, with myself. I think they do a great job. So thank you to them. I'm wondering if we're able to proceed with the committee, but table the minor variance.
We can, we are on schedule, we aren't behind. So the committee wish to hear a bit of the discussion, or do you want to?
So you're suggesting proceeding with the application and then tabling it later?
Sorry, it just came to us in the last little while from zoning departments that our adjacent neighbors, their setbacks were 3 meters forward. So it didn't catch our attention because we were so focused on the MTO setbacks in the rear that, we were just wondering about the big backyard or the setbacks, that then the 3 meters was brought to our attention from the zoning department. So we were just wondering to maybe add that extra variance as the third variance.
Okay, well, just to give you a tip.
Yes.
Typically, when planning's against it, or they say deny it or table it, the committee will take that information relatively seriously.
Of course.
Typically, if you table it, you can sit with these lovely planning people you're discussing.
Yes.
And sit down and see if they can soften their comment, or you can make an accommodation, or they can.
Of
Then
course.
if you bring it back at the next hearing or the hearing after, their comments might be less harsh and more inclined for the citizen committee to make a decision on it.
Okay.
So it might be in your best interest to table it.
Okay. Okay, I guess,
We can't make a change to variances by adding anything at this.
Yeah. So that's your best bet. You have the best chance of success.
okay.
Okay.
I
Motion
just,
to table.
yeah,
Mel, you have a question?
No, I don't have a question. I visited the property and I think it would be best for him to table, so I would move for a tabling.
Okay, seconder?
Okay, Mel moved, Mark seconded. All in favor of table? Opposed?
Seeing none?
Seeing none, motion carried, application tabled.
Okay, so hook up with them and we'll see you in a couple weeks or so.
thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, we're all set for the next file. We're hearing HMA 23261 for 1865 Rymal Road East in Stony Creek. We have the agent registered to speak and no interested parties.
Okay, is the agent available?
I was muted. Good morning. Yes, I am available.
Sorry, you'll need to speak a little bit closer to your microphone. It's a little bit hard to hear you.
I'm available.
Yes, did you have a chance to read the comments that were posted?
I did.
And they are recommending tabling. Is that your wishes at this time?
I feel we don't have a choice. I don't believe the committee was provided enough information from staff to be able to make a decision. Staff comments are confusing. They're saying that they couldn't find information on the drawings, which I don't agree with. However, the situation as it is, I don't know, would the committee be able to make a decision other than tabling?
Yeah, so the other decisions that they could make, they could vote and they could deny the application, they could approve the application, or they could approve with amendments, approve with conditions. Those are the options that the committee can make.
Well, obviously, we don't want the committee to deny the application because that will force us to go to the OLT. And that could be a course, but I don't know if that's the owner's preferred course. I'd like to understand two things. Is if we table agree to table the decision, when can the decision be made? Will be scheduled for the next hearing? How would that happen?
So,
is there room for the next hearing, or if we table? It's hard to say, right?
yes, so theoretically, if you want to add a file to the next hearing date, it could be added to 9/10. If they need to have discussions with staff, that may or may not give them enough time.
Like the recommendation, it says until revisions to the site plan application receives a more comprehensive review. So until they have that fulfillment, I don't believe there's much purpose in coming back to the meeting until they have that review done. So, I mean, just a recommendation would be to table until that is accomplished, if that is okay with you yourself.
Well, I disagree with staff saying that they didn't have enough time because we only submitted after we received the zoning review. In fact, we waited months to receive the zoning review, and this is not a new file. We've been working on this for years. I'm really disappointed. I feel staff should be working with us to build homes faster. The delay is going to negatively affect this project.
So it's up to the committee if they want to make a motion for tabling, if they want to continue on with the item, or if anybody has questions or wants to make a motion.
Laverne?
The only comment that I would make at this point is that staff have given us a recommendation on here, and I have to coincide with staff. There's some information they need, and if we don't table this, I'd have to recommend denial. So my motion is to recommend tabling, as staff requested.
Okay, that's your motion to table?
That's my motion.
Okay, seconder for a motion. Nancy, all in favor of table? Opposed, if any?
Seeing none?
Motion carried, application tabled.
Okay, so for the agent, you can speak with planning staff and see if there's something that you would like to resolve with them. And then when you are ready for a new hearing, you can contact cofa@hamilton.ca and either provide the amended information that you will be submitting, or if you won't be submitting any amending information, just that you would like the application to be heard by the committee again, and nothing has changed. Thank you.
Who would I be speaking with? Because I've been going through the file planner, and I thought I was speaking with staff. So who else should I be speaking with?
So if you send an email to cofa@hamilton.ca, we can provide you with the names of the people who provided comments.
Great, thank you.
All right, we're all set for the next file. So we are hearing SCA 23265 for 250 to 256 First Road West in Stony Creek. We have the agents registered to speak and no interested parties. The agents could please make sure your microphones are turned on when you're speaking.
Okay, for the record, is the agent available?
Good morning, members of the committee. Matt Johnston, registered professional planner with Urban Solutions, and I'm joined by Ms. Van Cleef of New Horizon Homes, and it's great to see everybody in person. We have reviewed the staff report and have no questions or concerns and are available for any questions.
Committee have any questions? Motion?
Move it.
Sorry, can I just clarify, is that with variance 1 removed or is that as written on the notice?
That is with variance number 1 removed. All of these changes relate to switching from standard condominium to common element condominium. And otherwise, the built form remains exactly as per the zoning bylaw approval from City Council just a couple years back. And happy to defer to staff on the interpretation on that zoning variance number 1.
Okay. Motion with approval with variance 1 removed.
Okay, seconded. Laverne, all in favor? Opposed?
Seeing none?
Motion carried. Application approved.
Thank you. Sometimes. All right, take care, everyone. Good to see you.
All right, we're all set for the next file. We're hearing HMB 2363 and HMA 23256 for 999 Stone Church Road East in Hamilton. We have the owners registered to speak and 1 interested party.
Okay, is the owner available?
Owners are here. It's Aaron Gadet and Derek Bowden, both on. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for the day.
Excuse me. Yes, did you have a chance to read the comments that were posted?
Yes, we did.
And do you have any questions?
No, we do understand that we do have the landscape plan and survey and grading plan and noise study ready to go. We could submit those.
Okay, do we have an interested party?
Yep. So we'll hear from Emil Dubs. If you could come forward to the table and then just make sure the microphone is turned on when you're speaking. Yep.
Ready for all the hearings today?
Yes.
You do, okay. I'm the only one here, that's not fair. Anyways, I'm just here to see how far this severance has gone. I'm the neighbor next door, I live at 1003, and I've lived there for 30 years and quite happy. And now I get this is very short notice. This is not even 2 weeks when this was posted. And the sign was 11 by 17, very small, white, and then a few days later it was orange. What was that all about?
Do you have,
No, they was reposted.
do you have concerns with the applications?
I'm concerned about the side yard. Why 2 buildings instead of 1? Why not a 52-foot building? And they would be a 4-foot, whatever you call it, on both sides of the property, to the property line. In this case, somebody has to explain this to me. 0, side yard 0. Okay, that's a change. What does that mean? Pardon?
It's a semi-detached. So
1? It's 2.
2 units attached.
Right.
So that's why the 0 side yard.
What about my fence? Where's the property line end?
Maybe the applicant can answer those questions.
Okay. So if you can just state all your questions and concerns, and then the owner or the applicant can answer your questions.
So how far has this gone so far? Is it, if you all agree today, this is in?
So he's applied for these minor variances to do what his requests are, and it's our job to either agree with the minor variances that he's asked for, or planning seems to have favorable comments, but we as a committee have to decide whether we think they're
And
doable.
then there's 2 driveways. Where will these driveways be? And parking, at the back of the buildings or in the front?
So that was all shown on the drawings that were posted on the city's website.
It was? Parking? Would it be on here?
No.
Oh, yeah, there's 2 driveways. They give it a certain width. But wherever they are, in the front, in the back? Pardon?
Just state your concerns and he'll answer each one.
Side yard concerns me.
Okay, so side
Can
yard.
you explain that to me? If this is the new building going up, is this the property line? Mine goes out to the building, it would be part of my fence?
So you're on the east side?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Right now, I have a wooden fence about 40, 50 feet, and the other part is a garage wall that's been there. That's our border, that's our lot, you know, no problem with the garage. But what's going to happen in the future when they put these 2 semis up?
Okay, so parking and side yard on the east side, right? Any other questions?
The height of the building and how many units?
Okay. Anything else?
That's it? I don't get an answer today or an explanation?
Well, you'll get answers. Yeah. So the agent is here on the web, and so he'll answer these questions. You just, if you want to state all your questions, and then he'll answer them rather than going back and forth.
Agent, what, real estate agent?
The agent for the file. Okay, so is that it for your questions? Okay, so back to the agent or applicant?
Yeah, I'll start, then I'll pass it over to Derek. And hi there, everyone, and thanks for this opportunity. I would say that the first thing I'd start with, it's 1 semi-detached
with meaning, right, just 2 units. That's all we're looking to build. Driveways, there would be one on the east side, one on the west side, both in front of the yard. Height of the unit, it's only a 2-floor. It falls within certain parameters. Derek has the exact height measurements. And then in regards to the side, it wouldn't extend much beyond where the current garage is, which was the concern of the neighbor there, of our neighbor. Derek might have the exact numbers in hand there.
Hi, guys. Thanks for everything. Yes, the side yard easement was, by the drawing here, is 2.63 meters. I do believe that is one of the...
From the property line.
Yes, I do believe that is one of the variances. It is slightly smaller, but not much. In height of the, sorry, I'm just trying to get the numbers here. In height of the building was 9 meters?
To clarify for the gentleman, it's going to be one building that's a semi. So it's going to be one construction unit with 2 units in it, not 2 buildings with 4 units altogether. I think it's just one building, but it's split. 2.
Yes.
No, 1 unit, 2 units. 1 building, 2 units.
Correct.
2 buildings.
No, 1 building.
One building.
So how many units will there be?
2.
2.
That's it?
Yeah.
So why has this got all this information about this? I'm concerned about the side yard. Would the building, this new building would that be my fence line?
Sorry, so just for the agent, there is somebody here in the room who is speaking who does not have his microphone turned on.
Yeah. We're trying our best to listen. We can hear. It's faint, but we can hear.
Yeah. You got it. Yep.
Oh, where's the cameras? Yeah, that's a concern. I don't want no building wall being my fence line. If it's set back from the property line, fine. I don't care if it's 2 feet. It should be 4 feet, but
So to the agent, that the minor variance on the east side,
Yeah, that's fair, right? And I think that's why we're having the discussion around the minor variance, right? I think that the standard, correct me if I'm wrong, it's about 4 feet. We're coming in at about 2 feet and change.
So the standards are all in metric, none of the standards are in feet.
Yeah, yeah, and there'll still be the fence in place there, right? There's still enough room to have an additional marker. The property line is not going to be the residence. There's still enough room to have a fence there.
So I believe the confusion, and I could be wrong to the committee if you want to correct me, but there is a variance for a 0 side yard setback, but from my understanding, and the agent please correct me, that is for the distance between the semi-detached and not the distance between the proposed structure and the lot lines on either side as they exist currently. And we also have planning staff who may be able to clarify that as well.
That's correct.
Thank you. Spencer Skidmore, I'm the area planning manager for this area. That is correct. So the variance that was applied for, the only one that relates to side yard, it actually specifically relates to the specific side yard, is to take that adjoining wall to 0 because you can't have a side yard where the semis join because they're attached. So it's really just addresses, I would say, kind of a quirk in our bylaw rather than actually impact any of the performance standards on site. The side yard adjacent to the gentleman's property to the east, who is here today, is not impacted by this application. So the variances as proposed do not impact that side yard. Thank you.
okay, so they don't require a variance for the side yard because they are going to be far enough away from your lot line that they don't require a variance.
and after all this construction, are they responsible to put up fencing? Like my side, the west side, the north side?
I'm not sure in a construction situation, you know, where they have to put up fencing and where they don't have to put up fencing. But if it's required by the building code to have a fence up, then it'll have to be up. And if it's not a requirement, then I would suspect that they don't have to put up a fence.
So the other minor thing is all this is in metric.
Yep.
Should be in feet and inches included. You know, this is like hiding things, numbers and...
Hey, it's the new world.
Metric has been the standard unit of measure in Canada since the 1970s.
I don't care.
Anyways, your fence will stay where it is and there'll be a lot of clearance. It's one building, but it has 2 doors.
Yeah.
Okay,
Why
Margaret.
isn't there a sketch of
Thank
this
you. We
building?
have been asked for the committee members to
Yeah,
have.
so Margaret, you had a question or statement?
I was just wondering if, maybe since there seems to be some confusion, if I can just share the sketch with or if it can be put up so that you can actually see what it is.
It's in front of us.
Or if we can mail it out later. This would be nothing to me. It's too complicated.
So I'm taking it that your property is here?
Yeah, it's 1003. Yeah.
And so when they talk zero side yard, that's because this unit, there's just a wall between the two units. The units are actually attached, but there's like a firewall between. So that's where that 0.0 side yard is, because this is one unit really with two living quarters.
No, that's fine.
So your property is here, so there's no building being put close to your lot line, any closer than what they're allowed to do without having a minor variance. Okay, and the parking lot,
Hi, yeah.
What would they be, the front?
They're right there, gravel
yep,
driveway.
gravel driveway there and there. So there's the gravel, and then this is gonna be grass or landscaped or whatever.
So there would be basically 4 cars there?
Well, whatever
Company, whatever.
whatever they're allowed to put in there for the number of habitable rooms.
And this is low-income housing, right?
Okay,
Thanks for the explanation. I'd like to make a motion for approval, please.
okay, motion
Seconded.
made by Nancy, seconded by Mark, all in favor? Opposed? Seeing none, motion carried, application approved.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
I don't believe so.
Is this it?
Do we just work with COFA, just via email now as the next steps? We're good to go?
Yeah, the decision was made by the committee.
Perfect, perfect. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.
So we're all set
Thanks,
for the
everyone.
next file. We're hearing HMA 23259 for 741 Rymel Road East in Hamilton. We have the agent registered to speak and no interested parties.
Okay, is the agent available?
Good afternoon, or no, it's good morning. Good morning, committee members. Ryan Ferrari, registered professional planner with AJ Clark Associates. I am the agent on this application.
Did you have a chance to read the comments that were posted?
Yes, I did, Mr. Chair. Certainly happy with the comments. I don't think I have any submissions for the committee today, though I am happy to answer any questions that the committee has. I know the staff are recommending approval of the application, and I have no concerns, so I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Move it as applied.
Moved by Mark, seconded by Laverne. All in favor? Opposed?
Seeing none?
Motion carried, application approved.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Okay, if you just give me 1 minute, please. What's wrong? All right. And we're all set for the next file. So we're hearing HMA 23258 for 184 Glencairn Avenue in Hamilton. We have the agent registered to speak and no interested parties.
Okay, is the agent available?
Yes, good morning, Mr. Chair. This is Matthew Frater-Kange, the agent of the owner.
Did you have a chance to read the comments that were posted?
Yes, I did, Mr. Chair. I see staff are recommending approval, so I would have no comments. The only thing I would submit is that on page 4 of 5, zoning comments on note number 1, that the side yard setback variance should be changed from 0.6 meters, or sorry, from 0.94 meters to 0.6 meters. This was a request of the owner. So I just did want to note that to the committee.
Okay. Committee?
I'm not quite sure I know. Can you explain what just happened there? What was that request? I read it, but you're saying you're okay with it or you're not okay with it?
That was to the agent.
I am personally okay with it, yes. This was a request of the owner to change the side yard setback from the original proposed 0.94 to now 0.6 meters.
Oh.
Any further questions? Nancy, your mic's on? No?
Yeah, I'll make a motion for approval with that revision to number 2.
Second. Seconder? Laverne? All in favor? Opposed?
Seeing none?
Motion carried, application approved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and committee members.
That was our last item for the day. Is anyone making a motion to adjourn? Laverne?
Only because I won't be here for the next meeting.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, everyone.
What is the next meeting?